Combat YouTube. It is Thursday, so you know what that means. It is yet another action figure unboxing. This time, I actually went straight to the source. I went to Jazwares.com, the website of the toy company, and I looked at their Vault series, and they had a lot of very cool action figures that you can only get there. And I decided this time to check out the Mark Briscoe Ring of Honor Jazwares Vault Fandom Amplified action figure. I actually got it for a great price, $21. You can't beat that these days. And I'm very excited about it. So we're going to open it. This is the box that it came in, the way it came. You see we have the Jazwares Vault box. And then when you open it up, you have this box right here, this cardboard box with a picture of Mark Briscoe. Right here, the Ring of Honor stamp. And then inside is the action figure. I have not seen this part yet. So let's pull this out. This is, wow, yet another layer of protection and another cool box. It is like a Russian nesting doll, this thing is. On the back, we have kind of a holographic image of Mark Briscoe. We have all of the Ring of Honor branding. And yeah, very cool looking packaging. I actually got this figure because I was considering getting the Mark Briscoe AEW line figures that you can get at Walmart and other places. But I was not really a big fan of the face scan. I thought it was not a good looking figure at the price point that it is right now. If it drops in price, I may get it, but I'm not going to spend the premium price for what I consider to be a subpar action figure. But I saw this on the Jazwares website, and I definitely want to get it into my collection as quick as possible. So here we are, finally into the box. Yeah, this is 100% Ring of Honor branding, no AEW branding here. Mark Briscoe, we have a big display window right here. If you are a Mint on card collector, which I am not, so we're going to get this guy out of the box. The back, again, we have the holographic picture, Ring of Honor branding. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is from their latest run of Ring of Honor. They had a Jay Briscoe figure, which I might go back and get. But, yeah, this is definitely a more modern-looking Mark Briscoe. I presume from the time that they were feuding with FTR over the Ring of Honor titles. And oddly enough, they have the distinction Mark Briscoe, or Jay Briscoe, never lost the Ring of Honor championships because he unfortunately passed away as Ring of Honor champion. So that is an interesting tidbit there, and I got to give Mark Briscoe credit because, in the absence of his brother, he's continued to go on and have a flourishing wrestling career, both in Ring of Honor and AEW. Well, he has really become an AEW fan favorite and regular. So the way that I do these action figure reviews is I have what I call my 3A criteria. We're going to start with appearance. We're going to talk about it, how it looks, how accurate is it to the character, so on and so forth. And then after we do appearance, we're going to talk about articulation. How does it move? How does it pose? And then, after articulation, we're going to talk about accessories. And you can see here that it has plastic around the torso. Jazwares does this a lot when they have cloth, soft goods accessories, because I haven't seen it lately, but when they first started producing these, we had a lot of problems with staining from the soft goods accessories. So they started putting this plastic in between the action figure and the soft good accessories. Having some trouble getting this away from around the arms. Okay, yeah, it goes. Looks like, okay, yeah. And when you're dealing with this type of stuff, always take your time because you don't want to damage the action figure. You know, better to take your time and be a little bit slow and careful than end up wasting $20 to $30. Okay, here we go. So we got Mark Briscoe out of the packaging, out of the plastic. See if we can get him stood up right here. Now let's get out the accessories. I will say that these accessories are really tucked away in here, very secure. We have a bonus head and we have extra hands. Let's see here. I'm only going to take half of the hands out because if you've seen one hand, you've seen all of them. They're pretty much identical. Now we'll take them all out. Why not? We got this far. Okay, there we go. So starting with the appearance, I definitely give this an A+. We have the missing teeth, and the way that they sculpted the mouth is actually not painted. You see a toothless grin, there it is, and it is very, very accurate. You can tell they spent a lot of time with sculpting and the face scan. We got the big, bulky camouflage pants, and we have the entrance jacket that it comes with. Soft goods. It says top 5, dead or alive. So as I suspected, this is from that last run they had where they were feuding with FTR over the Ring of Honor Championship. So let's get the jacket off here. Great looking jacket, like I said. Oh, we still got some more tape on the back of the action figure. But yeah, I like the soft goods jacket or vest. And then we have the tattoos here. Tattoos on the left arm, very photo accurate on the right arm. And the torso. Going down to the camouflage pants. And the wrestling boots tucked with the pants tucked into them. And the bandana. This is Mark Briscoe head to toe the big country chicken farmer that he is. And I like the fact that with a lot of action figures, especially in the wrestling space, you will see companies that try to make wrestlers look more grandiose than they are. If they're, a little bit smaller, to give them muscles. If they have a belly, they'll kind of shrink that a little bit. If they're not handsome, they will try to make them handsome. Mark Briscoe is part of his trademark is his rugged aesthetic, and they capture that perfectly. And here we have more, the alternate head is more of a somber, straightforward look. So you have the screaming, toothless kind of scream here. And then you have the serious look right here, really big in the extra head that it comes with. And so let's go to the articulation. This is standard Jazwares articulation. Head is on a ball joint and it goes back and forth. And we have no hair. He is bald here, so we're not going to have any hindrance on the back and forth motion there. Going down to the arms, they go round and round, up and down. We have a cut at the bicep for horizontal left to right movement. Pinned, double jointed elbows. And the hands, they rotate and go back. Do they have back and forth hinges on them? They do. So you have back and forth motion. The torso is on a swivel. You get a full range of motion there. And the hips, they actually detach, but they do not have a lot of motion left to right. Going down to the legs are on a ball joint. You have a cut in the thigh for horizontal left to right movement. Pinned, are these pinned or pinless? Let's see, these are pinned, double jointed knees. And the double joint doesn't move that much because of the bulky pants. I think that's an okay sacrifice. I mean, for the realism of the action figure, the pants look terrific. And if you were going to try to get more range of motion out of that double joint, I think you would have to sacrifice aesthetically the pants there. So I'm glad that they didn't do that. We have a cut on the calf, right where the boot is, so you get left to right horizontal movement. The ankles back and forth. Great motion on those back and forth ankles. And slight side to side there. So love the articulation. This is one of the better moving Jazwares action figures that I have seen come out. And the accessories are pretty straightforward. I think I would have liked to have seen maybe the Ring of Honor Tag Team Championship belts come with this. Especially that, like I said, during this run, they were the tag team champions, and Jay was for the rest of his life. So I think that would have been a cool accessory to throw in here. Maybe if we get some more Ring of Honor Briscoe Brothers action figures, we'll get those Ring of Honor tag team champions thrown in there. But then we talk about the entrance jacket. It's the gray vest. We have something I haven't seen before here, but we have actually sewn on pockets on the front chest. And these are not just painted on or sculpted. These are actually sewn on pockets for a little realism. And yeah, you can actually open up the pocket right here. That's how much detail they put into that. And when you spin it around, it says on the back, top 5, dead or alive. And the great thing about the soft goods accessories is they go on and off of your action figure without a lot of fight and frustration. So I definitely dig that. So that's going to be our first accessory. Then we have an alternate head that we talked about a little bit under appearance. A great look. You can see the subtle streaks of gray hair in the beard, just like with the other head. And then we have multiple hands. We have open hands. They'll be like slapping or chopping hands. The left is taped up with black tape. The right is a clean design. And the same thing here with these open grappling hands. We have a taped up left hand and a clean right hand, and he comes with the fist. The accessories, I will give a B, because while the head is photo accurate, it is kind of plain Jane, and Mark isn't known for his stoicism. He's known for screaming, shouting. I think you could have done without this extra, just stoic, boring head, and thrown in another accessory like the Ring of Honor Tag Team titles. I think that would have been a better deal. So I don't see why you couldn't have thrown the Ring of Honor Tag Team titles in along with the head. The hands, they're cool, for the different movements that he does. He's a versatile grappler, not just a scrapper, but a grappler. And he does his quote-unquote redneck kung fu. And so you get the open hands for those poses. And so the extra hands, I really dig. My only complaint is I wish that they would have included a championship belt with this action figure. So I will give the accessories a B, the articulation an A, and the appearance an A+. So overall, this is a great figure, one of the better Jazwares figures I actually unboxed. As far as judging the Jazwares vault and ordering from their website, the shipping is a little bit expensive, but when you make orders of $50 or more, you will actually get free shipping. Now, the shipping is fast, and as you saw, it is very safe. You come with this outer box here, the cool Jazwares vault box. You open up that box, and you have another box that, you open up that box, and then you have another box covering the actual box that your action figure comes in. And so when you order from Jazwares, your figure is going to travel safe and well protected. You have 3 layers of protection around the box that the actual action figure comes in. So I highly suggest checking it out. They have some great figures up there right now. They have a Will Ospreay with an amazing green jacket. Like I said, they have the Briscoe action figure. And a couple of others. They have a black and white Orange Cassidy action figure. And then they have the colorized Timeless Tony Storm action figure, which I am definitely going to get a hold of because I wanted a Timeless Tony Storm figure. But all they had was the black and white edition, which I was not a fan of, in Ringside Collectibles. So I'm definitely going to go back to the Jazwares vault and get the full color Timeless Tony Storm action figure. Overall, if you are a fan of AEW and Ring of Honor, going to the Jazwares website, ordering from the Jazwares vault is a must. Very high quality, fast shipping, safe shipping, and I am very, very happy with the product I got. And even with the shipping price, this is still about the same price, if not a little bit cheaper than the main run AEW Mark Briscoe action figure. And like I said, I much prefer this look as opposed to the main line AEW one. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought about this action figure. If you have tried out the Jazwares vault and what you think of it. And I will see you next time. If you'd like to support this channel, you can buy me a coffee at the link in the description, or scan the QR code. And I will see you next Thursday for another action figure unboxing. Tomorrow and Monday and Saturday, we're going to be doing more comic book reviews and other content like that. Tuesday, I do my new comic book day preview. And then Wednesdays is new comic book day unboxing. So stay tuned to the channel. And I will see you next time. Until then, keep buying them action figures. I am out.